here tonight because when women thrive, humanity thrives. And coming together makes us so much more powerful.
"15 years ago, I created a technology to build bio-toilets for communities and homes.
We came up with this idea to provide clean toilets using container-based toilets in underserved communities.
21 years ago, we started the business to rescue materials, transform them into beautiful objects, and then donate 50% of the profits to charity.
I am on a mission to end violence against women. And our app provides access to safety, support, and help. In 2021, I went to World Expo, and I remember entering a Cartier Women's Pavilion. I instantly felt home there.
I felt like I joined a community addressing some of the world's most difficult challenges.
There are women, there are men, there are people who are younger, older, from all over the world.
We were completely understood, seen, and celebrated.
On the night of the ceremony, we waited anxiously.
I felt lots of butterfly in my stomach.
On stage, I realized it's about showing where we stand so that others can also stand with us.
When our names were called, we let out a huge scream. We were just overjoyed that we had finally been seen.
Once women find each other, everything becomes possible.
An opportunity came and I asked if the community could help me. And Namita simply said, "I can help you."
She was explaining about how the government was planning to install 250 toilets across Lagos. So I traveled to Nigeria and helped us do the pilot.
And I'm happy to say that we have completed the project.
It will serve almost 30,000 people near the bus stop, and this is a huge win for us.
I first met Mariam in 2025 in Osaka at the Cartier Women's Initiative Impact Awards. We were doing a role-play exercise that was centered around her business.
She was playing the role of a government.
And government was not being very helpful. I was on the verge of tears.
And she said, "We can't wait for them to act." I could see myself in her eyes.
And we decided to create a special bracelet that would support SafeU. And within 24 hours, we had it live and online, and we were selling it.
So every single bracelet gives life-saving tools to women to get out of violent situations. Every morning, I wear my bracelet, and it's a reminder of what is possible when two women join forces.
My father used to tell me, you don't need to move the whole world. You just need to throw a stone in the water, which will create a ripple.
No matter how small your impact might be now, it can be mighty in the future.
If we're going to make the world a better place, I believe we need many more people who love, because it is the love that will continue to drive you.
I call on you to stand with me for the women of the world. And if you're someone who believes that change is possible, you are home.
Good evening, Sawadika. My name is Sandy Toksvig. I am thrilled to be hosting the Cartier Women's Initiative Awards ceremony in Bangkok. I have to tell you, I am so delighted to be here because this is one of my favorite cities in the world. I have been many, many times. No one is quite sure why it's called Bangkok. It is possibly a contraction of Bang and Mako, with Bang meaning land and Mako meaning olive tree, so it is possibly the land of the olive tree. I don't know how many people know this, but the city also has a ceremonial name, which came into use in the 19th century during the reign of King Mongkut. I will do my best. It is Krungthep Mahanakon Anon Ratan Kosin Mahintala Ayutaya Mahodilo Pop Nop Halat Rachatani Bulam Udam Lacha Niwet Mahasatan Amahon Piman Awatan Sethat Sakatati Witsanakum Prasit. Which I'm sure you all know translates as City of Angels, great city of immortals, impregnable city of God, Indra, magnificent city and grand capital of the 9 gems, happy city, abounding seat of the king, city of royal palaces, homes of gods incarnate. The name is listed in the Guinness Book of World Records as the world's longest place name. But we have a lot to do tonight, so let's just stick with Bangkok, okay? Anybody who's arrived from out of town, I always like to check out the individual laws. I want you to follow the local rules to fit in. So can I just tell you, it is illegal in Bangkok to use a durian fruit as a weapon. I discovered this by accident. I don't want anybody else to make the same mistake, so just keeping an eye. Now, we've just watched a film about something really marvelous. A group of already impressive people who happened to meet through the Cartier Women's Initiative and decided that being successful women entrepreneurs was not quite enough, so they connected, collaborated, and found ways to support each other's work. And that is the beauty of this initiative. For 20 years, it has brought together more than 300 women entrepreneurs from all around the world, each in her own way, helping to light the path for others. And tonight is all about celebrating all the ground it has covered and also the joy of welcoming the newest members to an extraordinary community. And because tonight is such a milestone, let me give you a sense of just how far the initiative has come. It all began as a business plan competition that rewarded promising ideas. 20 years on, the initiative has grown into a global entrepreneurship program which paved the way for an entire women's pavilion at the World Expo in Dubai and Osaka, which, when you think about it, is quite an achievement. Isn't that fantastic? Yeah, amazing. Anyway, here to welcome you tonight and to tell you more about it all is the CEO of Cartier Southeast Asia and Oceania. Please welcome Yanina Novitskaya.
Savadiha, Orientan Pomikat, Indian Tanrap. Distinguished guests, dear friends, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It's a true honor together with you in Bangkok this evening to celebrate not only the 30 inspiring women selected for this year's Cartier Women's Initiative, but also a significant milestone of this program history, its 20th anniversary. Having spent nearly 2 decades within Cartier myself, I witnessed this growth firsthand, and also I seen how our maison empowering women through equal opportunities, fairness, trust, and long-term commitment. And tonight it feels especially meaningful to celebrate this milestone here in our beautiful region in Southeast Asia and in Thailand, a country where heritage and innovation exist beautifully side by side. Alongside the movement and ambition of Bangkok, there is also a profound humanity, warmth, and connection. In many ways, this reflects the spirit of the women we celebrate tonight, the women building innovative solutions for the future, while still very well connected to people, to culture, and to community. It's impossible to speak about women creativity and empowerment in Thailand without acknowledging the influence of Her Majesty Queen Cyrille, the Queen Mother. Through her support of our artisan communities and rural women, she helped create opportunities for many across the country. And I would like to express my deepest condolences to the Thai people on the loss. This evening also carries special meaningful because we are gathered here at Chulalongkorn University, an institution that has shaped generations of leaders. 1 year ago, we came together to support women entrepreneurs as they strengthened and scaled their business through a curated 6-week program. And many of those great leaders here this evening with us. So welcome all of you again. We are deeply grateful to the university for being such a valued partner on this journey. And I would like to extend our sincere thanks to Professor Dr. Willard, President of the university, and to your entire team for your support, vision, and shared belief in the power of women change makers. Tonight we celebrate achievement, but perhaps even more important, we celebrate transmission of knowledge, courage, mentorship, and just a simple support from one person to another. Because lasting progress is never created alone, it's built collectively through people who choose not only to succeed themselves, but to illuminate the path for others. This year's theme, Women Lightening the Path, is a celebration of that spirit. You know, there is a beautiful belief that a single candle can light countless others without diminishing its own flame. So each of the women we celebrate this evening has already inspired and uplifted so many others, shining even brighter because of this. And this is exactly what brings us together tonight, and we can't wait to introduce these incredible women to you. Kapun Kam, thank you.
Thank you, Yanina, for setting the tone so beautifully and for reminding us that the brightest people are often those most determined to help others shine too. It's now time to hear from our first group of fellows who are going to tell us about their light bulb moment, so how it all began. Please welcome Monica Shukla, Louisa Gatesha, and Jacqueline Kim. First up, we have Monica Shukla, who is using technology for sustainable beekeeping in India.
Namaste. Some years ago, I took a course in scientific beekeeping. On day 1 of my training, I stood with just a veil on. Everything else exposed to the bees swarming all around me. A bee landed on my hand. I froze, terrified. Our trainer said that every bee that comes out of the hive is a female. For all of 35 days of her short lifespan, she fetches nectar and pollen to feed and protect her family. You know, every bee is on a mission, not to sting, but to help her communities thrive. But sadly, these small creatures, on whom our entire food system depends, are vanishing today. Now in India, when we faced food shortage, the Green Revolution turned us into food sufficient. When the country lacked milk, the White Revolution made us the world's largest producer of milk. Looking at these bees, I realized that it's time for another revolution, a golden one, which I am building with Humblebee. Over 85% of Indian farmers are small and marginal, with less than 1 acre of land. One crop failure means debt, distress, and often tragic farmer suicides. Now, bees can change that. They are magical. More bees mean healthier crops, higher yields, and more income from honey. Now, for a small farmer, that is resilience. And for our food systems, that is security. At Humble Bee, we manufacture precision beehives for our women farmers. We train them, and we have them own these beehives as productive assets. We move these hives from flower to flower, matching the seasonal cropping calendars. And we ensure that every woman gets at least 4 to 5 honey harvests every year. Now, in order to de-risk their incomes, we enter into a fair forward buyback of their honey and hive products. By 2030, 1 million women will become beekeepers. Just imagine a world where there are bees buzzing all around, where no flower goes unpollinated, where women earn dignified livelihoods, where one crop failure doesn't determine the fate of a farmer, and that bee crawling on my hand becomes a symbol not of fear, but that of resilience. That is the world that I am building, and that is Humble Bee's golden revolution. Thank you.
Wonderful, Monica. Fantastic. Oh, we are off and running. Next, Louisa Gatesha, who is recycling glass in East Africa.
It's 2019, and I stand at a landfill site. At that time, I work for the food and beverage industry across East Africa. The industry bears no responsibility to recover or recycle glass. I am here to see where used glass bottles end up. Rising above me is a mountain of plastic, electronic equipment, medical waste, and among it all, a glint of broken glass. Through the choking smoke of burning trash, the mountain ripples with activity. Young men, women, even children, collecting waste to sell to recyclers. Not glass, though. It commands low prices. It's dangerous to handle. The glass stays on the landfill mountain. However, glass is non-biodegradable. It remains in the environment for 1 million years. Yet, it can be infinitely recycled without loss of quality. As an industry professional, I know how important recycling is, not just to protect manufacturers' margins, but to protect the planet. As a human, I know there is a safer, a more dignified way to earn a living. Through the smoke and filth, I see the spark of an idea. From the ashes of landfill, Bottle Logistics is born. Bottle Logistics is a glass waste management company that recovers glass waste for recycling and reuse, reducing environmental harm and providing decent livelihoods for waste collectors. We have recycled over 66,000 tons of glass waste, averted more than 11,000 tons of carbon emission, and created more than 550 jobs, almost 70% for women. Some joined through our partnership with an NGO that rescues women at risk, such as Dina, who was separated from her children. Today, thanks to the steady employment, Dina has her health, her home, and her beautiful family. And those heaps of landfill that scar so many neighborhoods, every day they glint a little less, while our communities shine a little brighter.
Well done, Louisa. Fantastic. And now, Jacqueline Kim, who is helping children with disabilities improve their hand function through games.
Hi. Has anyone here played a game called Maple Story? If so, you're one of the 180 million people worldwide. And I was a designer on that game for 12 years, until my child was born with cerebral palsy, and everything changed. Hospitals uncertainty, and a constant gnawing fear of my child's future. One day, watching my son struggle through therapy, I realized something. Children with disabilities are asked to repeat the same movements every day, without motivation, without joy. And I wondered, what if the design used in games could change therapy? That question became Gem Therapeutics. We built an AI-powered rehabilitation game that turns repetition into play and effort into progress. Today, our game is played by thousands of children in hospitals, special education schools, and most importantly, at home. Natalie was one of those children. In the playground, she used to sit on the sidelines, watching other kids run and climb. She wanted to join them, but her hands simply weren't strong enough. 2 weeks after playing our game at home, her mother called us, her voice breaking. She said Natalie grabbed the handles, pulled herself up, and slid down all by herself. I spent 12 years designing for joy. Now, inspired by my son, I use the same design to help children move from observing to participating so that no child has to watch life from the sidelines again. Thank you.
Well done, Jacqueline. Thank you all so much. Thank you all so much. How inspiring and how wonderful to hear about those aha moments, although I suspect they all come with a little bit of, oh no, now I better do something about it. Now let's hear from the other fellows from these regions as they reflect on how they seize a new opportunity and set change in motion.
When I get out of bed in the morning, it just feels like I'm literally stepping into my purpose. And that gives me wings.
We are imagining a completely different world.
And once other people are also dreaming bigger, that is the symbol of showing the light. When I first started, I talked to over 200 investors. They were saying, what? That will never work out. But this is what so many other women really need. An app where you can find other trustworthy female travel buddies during solo travel. So I thought, they don't know it yet, but they will see it one day.
I was determined to make sure that any woman with a smartphone can access a gynecologist 24/7. And with AI, gynecologists can actually take care of 100x their patient load. Adoption of our app exploded. I've learned to trust myself and build with conviction.
I was starting something new, an academy and a factory under one roof, offering women training and employment opportunities. I made it my goal to help women stand strong and manage their own lives.
I found my soul again when I started building a processing facility to protect the fruits that would have gone to waste that rural farmers grow. People still call me crazy, the mad lady, but then things started changing.
In the beginning, nobody understood it. My vision was to harness the power of microbial dye as a natural resource for toxic-free colors. Today, people change their minds after they try our products.
We deploy e-vehicles to riders and we connect them to vendors. When we first started, people told us bicycles are the poor man's motorcycle. You'll never be able to sell those. Well, my answer today is, it's just not true.
What this teaches the world is that a small group of determined people can do the impossible.
It's about transformation. It's about changing minds.
I think dreaming is really contagious.
Well, it's time for our very first awards segment, and to give out the trophies tonight, we have some very special guests. The chairperson of FIFA's Development Committee and president of the Football Association of Thailand, the first woman in all of Asia to be elected to lead a national football association, Nualphan Lamsam, along with the chairman of Cartier Culture and Philanthropy, Cyrille Vigneron, and the CEO of Cartier Southeast Asia and Oceania, whom you just met, Yanina Novitskaya. Please help me welcome them to the stage. Well, I can tell you that the very first category we're giving out awards for is South Asia and Central Asia. So we have fellows in this category who are teaching beekeeping, using AI for reproductive health, and supporting smallholder farmers in Nepal. In third place, we have Prakriti Gautam from Keti Peti Organics. Congratulations. Second place goes to Divya Kamakar for her business Pinky Promise. Now, Divya could not be here today. There's a really good reason. She just gave birth to her baby Kabir. So I think two wonderful reasons to celebrate. And in first place, we have Monica Shukla from Humblebee. Congratulations to them once more. Next up, Anglophone and Lusophone Africa. We have fellows offering delivery services on e-bikes, training women in tailoring and recycling glass. In third place, we have Susan Namiramu for her business Mtindo. Unfortunately, Susan was not able to make it to Bangkok, but we send hearty congratulations from all of us here. Second place goes to Celeste Chichien Vogel of Iwaka. And first place goes to Louisa Gatesha of Bottle Logistics. How wonderful. Congratulations to both of you. The final category in this section is East Asia. In this category, we have fellows designing games to improve hand mobility, producing sustainable textiles using biotechnology, and helping solo women travelers connect via an app. Third place goes to Hyo Jong Kim of Nomad Her. Second place goes to Ting Ye of Bloom Gem. And in first place, we have Jacqueline Kim from Gem Therapeutics. Many congratulations to all our awardees. Nualphan, if you would please stay with me. Just have a quick chat with you. You are from Bangkok. Yes. Can I tell you what a fabulous city it is? I absolutely love it. And as I said, you are the chairperson of FIFA's Development Committee. You are the first woman in all of Asia to be elected to lead a national football association. Many congratulations from us all.
Thank you so much.
And I think you're going to tell us a thing or two about stepping into rooms where historically women might not have been expected and making it quite clear, I hope, that they belong there. I leave the stage to you.
Thank you. Swadika. Good evening, everyone, distinguished guests, member of the press, and friends. I'm so excited and nervous. It is an absolute honor to be part of the Cartier Women Initiative 70th anniversary this evening, especially in here in Bangkok, land of smile. It's surrounded by so many inspiring women who are lighting the path of the others. Returning to Chulalongkorn University always feels like coming home, like 43 years ago when I was freshie here. And actually, the motto of Chulalongkorn University is the honor of Chulalongkorn. It's the honor to service people. I feel so honored that you select this place as a venue. Thank you so much. If you had shown me back then that I would spend my life in the football world for 19 years, I would have laughed. People usually see the titles or hear my family names and assume the path was somehow clear for me. But stepping into space where women were expected to lead requires more than a title. Tonight, I would like to share what I have learned from my breaking through the barriers and limitations that once stood in our way. When speaking of leadership, I often think of the movie Gladiator. But of course, I love this movie. But I don't want to die like Russell Crowe at the end of this movie. I still want to move on and to fight together with all the women who has a fighting spirit in your heart. This path has never been paved with rose petals, really. Particularly in the world of football, a space where men have held leading roles for a long time and where women still face doubt and have to prove ourselves time and time again during 19 years. To break down those barriers, one thing I have always held on to, regardless of the role I play in life, is the belief that a leader must have to know when to defend and when to move forward. I often compare myself to a striker, number 9, who must run and fight hard. And as you know, football world has only 3 phases: win, lose, or draw. Throughout my journey, I have learned that leadership is not about avoiding crisis, but about managing risks mindfully, standing with people on their most difficult days, and leading them forward. This is what I have always tried to do, because when everything seems as its hardest, a leader may stay with them and pass through the very, very difficult way. And of course, for me, during my 60 years, I think that even we face with many obstacles. So this is the things that I want to convey from my heart to all the women who be in this room and also in other parts of the world. When I became actually my first role in the football role, I started with the team manager of the women national team manager. And I work with all the players who come from the very, very poor family, mostly in the northeastern part of Thailand. And we were success in year 2015. Thailand team women team can qualify to World Cup. And that was beyond our hope. But when I returned back to my country, we reached to that level already. But the popularity, the bonus, the revenue, it's still very far from the men. So I took the decision to take over the professional football club called Port FC 12 years ago, which is the stadium was located in the center of Bangkok in the Klong Tay area, which is around by the slum people and also the poor people. And also by the time people, especially in the football, professional football club, they don't believe that women can run the club. I always cry, laugh. Cry is a normal thing for me. Tear is a normal thing for me. Tear is mean that sometimes you can release all the pressure, all the sadness, and then you wake up another day with small fighting spirit. And I always use the experience, the bad experience or the good experience to solve the problems, which is always the same thing in the future, in the past 19 years with the football world. 2 years ago, I took the decision to jump in, to elect to be the president of the Thailand Football Association. I know this is a very, very hard job. And then I've been elect to be the first female Thailand President Football Association, the first one in the 108 years, and the first one in Asia, among 47 in Asia, and then number 8 in the world. FIFA has a membership, 211 membership in the world. So I have to say that I know it's lucky, and also I need, I need more energy for me to run the football. My colleagues, my family, always absorb my feeling. When you win, it's like you go to the heaven. I mean, the whole office, the whole team. And when you lose, sometimes it's a very thin line that we go to another, from the heaven to the hell. So, and one match, I have to tell you that one match, 90 minutes, for me, who are in the football world, especially for the lady, one match is equal 3 days. Imagine how to lose the energy and how to use the energy. And today, even I still have match 2 weeks ago, but I still have a bit low battery today. But really, it's a great honor to have a chance from Cartier. So the last thing that I want to convey my deep feeling to all of the women. I appreciate with this 20 year for this project. I think you can give the chance and opportunity to the women in terms of money and also the opportunity during the unpredicted world. I have to say that today, when I'm 60 years old, the landscape of the world has changed. It's drastic change from every angle. So this project will bring power and energy and also passion to all the women, not only in this room, but also for every woman. And for me, passion and positive thinking and resilience is very important for today. Thank you so much. Merci beaucoup.
Yes. Thank you so much, Nualphan. Now, the next conversation is also in many ways about transcending borders. Without giving anything away, I would like to introduce someone who you'll see in just a moment, someone who has been working to advance women's empowerment at Cartier for many years, the fabulous director of the Cartier Women's Initiative. Please welcome Kiyo Taga.
As a woman, I have no country. As a woman, I want no country. As a woman, my country is the whole world. Virginia Woolf wrote these words almost a century ago, yet they still feel profoundly relevant today. They remind us that beyond borders, labels, and distance, there is also a shared human experience. The next conversation is about what is possible when we look beyond the boundaries that divide us and focus instead on the connections that bring us together. I'll be exploring this topic with 4 of our fantastic fellows. Welcome to Isabel, Haehyun, Keely, and Christina. Ladies, welcome. How are you doing?
Pretty good.
Well, not to give away too much, we had a little bit of a malfunction backstage earlier. Haehyun, would you like to talk about that a little bit?
My dress broke, the zipper didn't really work, so I was having like a mental breakdown, but
she was being sewn into her dress backstage.
We're entrepreneurs, we have to adapt to the situation, and
Yes.
the resilience is the key.
Yes, true lesson for entrepreneurs. Well, we are going to dive right in. All 4 of your businesses address very different challenges in very different parts of the world. I can see, though, from this weekend being together in this past couple of days, I'm seeing a clear pattern in terms of similarities as entrepreneurs working beyond boundaries. I like to start with Isabel. What do you think in terms of common traits that you all share with your fellows and entrepreneurs that you meet on the daily?
I see several common traits among women entrepreneurs because we always have to prove credibility among investors in order to raise capital, but that results at the end in resilience. We have to prove credibility in industries that were commonly led by men. Mm-hmm. So we do it, but always with a strong sense of purpose.
That's lovely. Haehyun?
Well, I think women work on problems that we truly believe in. It could be inspired by personal experience like here in Keely, or it could be inspired by listening to the other people's story like my work in menopause. But we both work on building solutions that we truly believe in, and this is what it matters. And even though there's numerous challenges, we don't give up because we know that what we're building is very impactful.
So much resilience. And Keely and Christina, in a world that often feels divided, especially today, what role do you think empathy plays in leadership, innovation, and creating meaningful change?
I think empathy is what turns the business case into a human one. When I'm pitching Making Space, I often lead with the business case. The disability community holds over $18 trillion in annual disposable income. And companies that intentionally engage in disability inclusion achieve 28% higher revenue, double the net income, and 30% higher profit margins. The business case is truly undeniable. And I think that economic case gets us into the room, but it is empathy that keeps us in the room. And personally, I cannot wait until a time where we don't have to continuously legitimize our existence in spaces based solely on that economic power.
I cannot agree more. Christina?
Yeah, I completely agree with Keely. I think empathy is everything. Empathy is the bridge between innovation and real-world impact. We have to listen before we build so that technology can really be designed with equity and dignity to close gaps and not widen them. That's what at Prosperia we try to listen and connecting with our patients so that we can understand the real barriers that they face, try to address them, and that way really make healthcare accessible.
Thank you for sharing that. I really do love how each of your solutions are clearly grounded in local context, but response to universal needs. The whole world benefits from innovations like sustainable cooling technology and preventative eye care. For Keely and Hayon, I have a question, because you both deal in topics that are somewhat considered maybe uncomfortable or not something people are very at ease to speak about, menopause and disability. Can you tell us what changes when people start openly talking about these topics? Hayon.
Well, one investor told me one day that women are so getting used to suffering throughout their pregnancy or periods, so they're not going to do anything when it comes to menopause. Well, we cannot let this sentence come true. But yeah, menopause is still a huge taboo. When we are pregnant, we would know. When we are getting our periods, we would know. But I saw so many women didn't even know that they were in perimenopause for years. And it happens to a lot of women, while menopause happens to literally every single woman in this planet. But when we don't know what it is, we cannot really understand. And when we don't understand, we never can solve it. So this is precisely the reason why I co-founded Omena 5 years ago. It's a digital healthcare company with applications to help menopausal women understand their symptoms, what period they're going through, and also to effectively reduce their menopausal symptoms. Ever since, we have reduced symptoms of 400,000 women. And after using Omena application for only 3 days, 98% of them feel better supported throughout their menopause journey. But I didn't do any rocket science. I just started talking about it. And this is precisely the reason why I'm asking you, inviting you to open up the conversation. Have you ever talked about menopause with your mom, with your friends, with your colleagues? Please do, starting from today.
I will say that I met Hayon a few months ago in Milan, and we started talking about how it's important to address these topics openly, not be embarrassed about it. And I did start talking about perimenopause with my friends in my community, and I think it's very important to be able to...
You're innovating the world.
I try. Keely.
Yeah, I think with disability, it is so oftentimes seen through the lens of weakness or charity or less than, or seen as a personal problem, and we have to change that narrative. We also need to shift the focus from fixing an individual to fixing the system. When I was 17, I was training to be a dancer. I was going to a prestigious dance academy in London, until one day I got very sick, and I ended up spending about 4 years in the hospital. I went through many, many surgeries that changed my life and changed how I moved through the world. And I remember leaving the hospital and going out to find employment, and I got a job, but after disclosing my disability and asking for reasonable accommodations, I got told that I could no longer have that opportunity. And I remember sharing that with others in the disabled community, and unfortunately, the same stories echoed back time and time again. And I started to realize that disabled people are twice more likely to be unemployed than non-disabled people, and twice more likely to live in poverty. So I founded Making Space to close the disability employment gap. And we are a talent and learning platform connecting disabled people with employment and free education. And we're helping companies create more accessible workspaces that just work better for everyone. And I think disabled people are some of the most creative, innovative, resilient people you will ever meet, because we constantly have to navigate an inaccessible world. And at Making Space, we have built a tool that helps disabled people turn their lived experience of disability into transferable skills. So we have to change the narrative, and we have to be open about disability, because we can only start to surface those strengths when we feel safe enough to share our stories.
Thank you so much for incredible work, Keely. Isn't that fantastic? So we just heard from two incredible entrepreneurs who are breaking social and cultural norms to create a more inclusive society, which is very important. We're going to shift gears a little bit to Isabel and Christina, whose solutions are based around groundbreaking applications of new technology. Isabel, can you tell us what type of business you are rewriting in your story?
Yes. So 8 years ago, I decided just to visit a rural town in Colombia in order to understand which were the greatest challenges of the lack of access to electricity. And I discovered that the expiring date wasn't a sticker on a box, but it was the sunset. Because if a family struggled with a chicken, they had to eat it all the same day. Otherwise, it would rot the next day. And when diving more in this problem, I just discovered that it isn't just a rural challenge. It is a global problem. Refrigeration is the second most polluting industry in the world. It is responsible for 3 billion tons of carbon dioxide every year, and therefore is pretty expensive. The world spends $1.1 trillion on refrigeration every year. So we decided to just break that cycle on nanofreeze. We created a company that discovered a bacteria. We created a novel bio-nanotechnology in order to refrigerate in a natural way, but inspired by nature. We use bacteria enzymes, and we create this technology to save 50% of energy consumption on refrigeration. But we also bring it to rural businesses, to exporters, farmers that need to access to refrigeration, and they can't because they don't have access to electricity. So this is what we're building in nanofreeze.
Thank you, Isabel. Christina, would you like to share a little bit about your story?
Yeah, definitely. So 80% of blindness is preventable. However, most people don't get checked until their vision is already blurry, and that's already too late. In those cases, most of the damage is already in advanced stages, and in many cases, is already irreversible. And this lack of access and awareness makes vision impairment right now the leading cause of disability in Mexico, particularly in working-age population. This, of course, increases treatment costs, compromises income, and compromises overall productivity. Prosperia changes that by bringing specialized screening into primary care settings, places where people at risk go in their everyday life, and where often specialist eye doctors are not available. Our platform, Retinia, analyzes with AI pictures that we take from the inside of the eye, and automatically detects damages associated to the top causes of blindness. And we do this within minutes to give the outcome for the patient. And this is very important because from the over 150,000 patients that we've screened, more than half had never had their eyes checked before this study. And given our early detection and the guided referrals that we provide, we have helped prevent vision loss in more than 70,000 patients. And what excites me the most is that this is only the beginning, since these pictures, the eyes ultimately are the window to the body microvasculature, meaning the small blood vessels that cover every corner of our body. We can apply the same approach to other therapeutic areas like cardiovascular risk assessment and even early detection of brain diseases like Alzheimer's.
Thank you, Christina. I will say that when I learned about Christina and Prosperia, I did get my eyes checked right away, so thank you for that. And they said I should come every year, so everybody, this is a public service announcement to get your eyes checked if you haven't done so in a couple of years. Well, tonight we've spoken about overcoming and redrawing boundaries in leadership, in innovation, and what we believe is possible. And to close this discussion, I like to look ahead. When I look into the audience tonight, I see a diverse and vibrant community of people who have come from all over the world to celebrate this year's fellows. That really gives me so much hope and joy as we think about how much we can do together to build a better world. My final question to our panelists is, what gives you hope for the future? Isabel, would you like to start?
Well, for 150 years, we thought that the industry just have to be polluting, such as refrigeration is, that it has to be inefficient, that there is no room for innovation. But for the first time, we're proving that it doesn't have to be like that anymore. we're creating solutions that are accessible, affordable, and scalable among the market. So that gives me hope, not only for refrigeration, but you can see here solutions for human health, for sustainability, to clean our environment, everything is there. So that gives me hope.
Fantastic. Christina?
Yeah, for me, just being here, part of this community, and meeting my fellow women entrepreneurs is what gives me most hope for the future. I'm incredibly thankful to Cartier Women's Initiative for bringing us all together, helping us connect, amplifying and highlighting what we do and help us scale our impact, because I truly believe that that's what we need today, especially where the things stand in the world. More diverse teams building local solutions to address the most challenging problems and turning that into global change.
The pleasure is all ours. Thank you, Christina. Hayon?
Well, I think all the problems are actually created by humans, right? But so are all the solutions. So my answer to your question is that I see hope in people. I'm genuinely inspired by Christina, Cyrille, Isabel, like all the solutions that you're building, and I'm really in awe. And I see so many people came tonight listening to our story, taking your time. You came here. You're genuinely interested in what we're doing. And I see hope in all of us, in the people. And this is the reason why we should never give up, because the world is going to evolve and that there are going to be new challenges, new problems, but it's always human who solves the problem.
Thank you, Hayon. Healy?
I think history gives me hope. We stand on the shoulders of giants. I think about the disability community and how in 1977, 150 disabled activists occupied a federal government building in San Francisco in the US. And they stayed in that building for 26 days. Many of them needed ventilators, they needed medical equipment, they needed personal care attendants, but they stayed anyway. They put their bodies on the line, they put their lives quite literally on the line. And they did it to fight for the signing of Section 504, which was the foundation of the Americans with Disabilities Act. And after a long 26 days, they won. And that changed the course of history. And I think about every region represented in this room today and how every single region has a community and has a movement just like that. And disabled people have always organized, have always created change. And I think about the 50,000 plus person community that we've built at Making Space and how I see the same fire and the same drive within all of them and how they are redrawing the lines of leadership. And that gives me hope. I see how they are all making space for the next generation.
Thank you very much for sharing your personal stories, sharing your businesses, and doing what you do for the world. I know I speak for the audience as well when I say your vision, courage, and compassion gives us all optimism for the future ahead. And this brings us to a conclusion. I just wanted everyone to give them a round of applause for 4 fantastic fellows, 2026 edition. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you all. How fabulous. Gio, well done. It was lovely. Right, well, what we heard today is that while women may build businesses in different corners of the world, their ingenuity and determination speak a remarkably universal language. Now on film, fellows from these categories tell us about how they rely on action and collaboration to help their ideas gain momentum.
I love it when people say, that's way too hard.
If you tell us that we cannot do something, we'll probably do it and smile.
Our mission is clear: pull out as much carbon dioxide from the atmosphere as possible. So we're ultimately a big vacuum cleaner for the atmosphere. Achieving innovation isn't easy, but for every day that we choose to keep going, the world is getting one step closer to reversing climate change.
We're offering a service that
answers pediatric questions 24/7 through WhatsApp. And we use AI to reduce the admin workload. Being a pediatrician in tech is a learning curve, but this is a solution for the healthcare system as well as mothers like me. It's hard but essential.
Our team builds video games, curriculum, and progress tools that help neurodivergent youth understand themselves and build their self-confidence. Being autistic and ADHD as a business owner is definitely not always easy, but I will stop at nothing to fight for these young people.
We are the last generation that can save the planet. Our platform enables everyone to invest in the renewable energy project of their choice from as little as $10 with the potential to earn a return. And we're just getting started.
Today, we're on a mission to change the face of the mining industry. We are genetically enhancing plants to enable them to accumulate nickel from the soil at a rate that is 2 times better. The best part about what we do is getting people equally as crazy to come join our mission.
We're proving that we can grow food in places that people never imagined before. We design and build vertical farms with controlled environments to bring production to urban places. When you literally see your work growing, it gives you the drive to create impact.
We are a restaurant and catering business. We work with talented chefs that are immigrant or refugee women. And we transform authentic recipes from their country to high-end dishes. We want people to know how much value those women are bringing to society. And they give me energy every day to advocate for women's rights.
We are creating a 100% natural, high-quality skincare brand that's fully biodegradable, very sustainable, without any microplastics or any toxics. We want to prove it can be done. When you do things with a mission, the energy really comes through your heart, in your head. I get that energy back.
What we are creating has become bigger than us.
The world could benefit from more crazy, ambitious people. Because guess what? They get things done.
Right. Time for the trophies. If I could please ask Cyrille, Vigneron and Yanina, Novitskaya to join me again. And leading the way, a long-standing friend of the Cartier Women's Initiative and co-founder of the Clooney Foundation for Justice. Please welcome Amal Clooney. The first category is Latin America and the Caribbean. So in this category, we have fellows developing urban farms, offering pediatric services on WhatsApp, and using AI to prevent blindness. In third place, I can tell you, we have Maricruz Larea Perez for her business Farmtastica. Second place goes to Natalia Cano from Deco Kids. And first place goes to Cristina Campero Peredo from Prosperia. Many congratulations to all three of you. Thank you so much. Next up, Europe. And here we have fellows building culinary careers for migrant women, helping us understand menopause better, and producing 100% natural skincare products. In third place, Hayon Park from Omina. Second place goes to Elise Torel for her business Marie Curie. And in first place, we have Angela Assam for Food for Skin. Many, many congratulations to all three of you. Right, we're going around the world quickly. Let's now go to North America. In this category, fellows are providing career support to people with disabilities. They are using crowdfunding for sustainable projects and building games for neurodivergent youth. In third place, we have Alba Fawns from Climatize. Second place goes to Vanessa Castaneda-Gill for her business Social Cipher. And in first place, Keely Cat-Wells from Making Space. Many congratulations to all three of you. Finally, Science and Technology Pioneer Award. Now, fellows in this category are developing carbon capture technology, extracting nickel from genetically modified plants, and using bio-nanotechnology for refrigeration. In third place, we have Dali Rashid from Genomines. Second place goes to Vida Gabriel from Terrafixing. And in first place, Isabel Polido from NanoFreeze. Many congratulations to all our awardees. Cyrille, I ask you to stay with me, please. I think that you and I should take a moment to recognize a group of people without whom none of this would be possible. And I'm talking about the jury members,
yes,
the program partners,
yes,
community activators,
all
of them who give their time and energy and expertise to
Thank
support.
you.
Yes, they're remarkable. And they do it not because they have to, but because they choose to. So if you are one of those people, from all of us here tonight, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, our next speaker is someone I have the pleasure of knowing quite well. He has spent many years championing the entrepreneurs at the heart of this community and shaping what the Cartier Women's Initiative has become today. Cyrille, we can't wait to hear from you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sandy. And we have to thank Sandy as well. She has been part of this initiative for many, many years with all her energy, and she's part of it. So thank you, Sandy. Hello, everyone. It is once again a pleasure and an honor to be here tonight. Among all the events that we can go, and I know in our glamorous life we go to many events that we feel weary and tired at the end. It looks glamorous, but in the end, what would we get? But this event always is the one that gives the most energy and hope all the time. It's really wonderful. So we are here to celebrate individual people, entrepreneurs, but they are not alone. Their life started quite alone because you chose, basically, to face issues or problems that had no solution. And it was hard to go on that journey because there were many, many good reasons not to do it. First, there was some question asked, who do you think you are to solve that issue? Then, if there is no solution, maybe it's because there is no solution, so you should just stop. Or maybe the problem is not that important, but as you showed, many of the problems are really important, especially those, for instance, which are linked to women's health that men have not taken as important, and they were being in control. So there are things that must be changed. So you chose to go against all of those, and you felt lonely, until you came to this community where you find that there were many that were like you, meaning you felt less alone because you were just different. And when you are together, different become a superpower. A candle is fragile. A candle can be blown up. Many candles give heat, and many, many, many candles cannot be blown away because the wind makes them even stronger. So thank you for being here and for coming to help us tonight. What you have faced also was many cases linked to gender biases, and this has to be changed. And the gender biases and stereotypes are very sticky. They stay for a long time. It can take generations to go against them. Even if time after time laws can change, it's even more difficult to get access to justice. So when it comes to equal rights, equal access to justice, equal obligation, equal education, equal representation, there is still a long way to go. But you're showing the way to say you don't give up. And that's where we need all of you. The good news is that the more the world is getting in the wrong way, which is not a good news, that's a bad news, but the good news is that what we will need is those who are problem solvers, like yours. With geopolitical changes, climate change, technology, many things we have known will not be true anymore, and we'll have to find new solutions. So those in my generation who have grown with certainties of a predictable world, in fact, will get lost. Where you have gone with something was not predictable, and you have found solution in your own ways. So you have shown what true leadership is about. It's not fighting for power. It's not fighting for ego, but try to make something that works, and to work hard for it, and to maybe even not get reward for it. Maybe your good friends and families and fathers and mothers have said, what are you doing? You deserve a better life. You get a good graduation diploma. Why are you choosing that cause? But you chose the cause that drives you, because true leadership is to serve, not to be served. And so in the coming world, we will need people like you. So you are the leaders of today, but of tomorrow, because we are creating so much mess that we'll need a lot of solutions like yours. So keep going, keep growing, keep helping each other, and keep being yourself. We need you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Cyrille. Cyrille just reminded us that leadership is not a destination, but a journey, and none of us make that journey alone. Along the way, there are people who encourage us, challenge us, and help us to become more fully ourselves. So let's hear from three fellows who reflect on the people, principles, and moments that have helped to illuminate their way. Please welcome Nidal Tafa, Mylène Fifame, and Ruby Riesmuller. Right, up first, Nidal Tafa, who provides affordable solar-powered irrigation to smallholder farmers in Morocco.
Thank you. Thank you. I grew up watching my grandfather labor under the sun. Every day, he poured his heart and soul in his small farm in the Oued Taifa. It's a remote Moroccan village in the rugged mountains of Taza. Now, he did everything right, tending to his olives every year. Yet, he died in poverty. Ignored, isolated, invisible. So the day he passed, I whispered a secret promise to him. No farmer will ever live and die unseen again. And that promise became my guiding light. It guided me through rural engineering school, where I learned that my grandfather's experience was not unique. In Morocco alone, 1.8 million smallholder farmers are excluded from a greener, more prosperous future. They are trapped in the same cycle, spending half their income on fuel, watching half their water disappear before it reaches the crops, and locked out from the costly solutions that could save both. It guided me when everyone said These small farmers are not a market. But I didn't see a market. I saw lives that deserved to be seen. It guided me to create Miria. In Arabic, it means relief, something that brings comfort. Our solar irrigation kits are built for even the smallest, most remote farmers. Our pay-as-you-grow model turns their fuel savings into equipment ownership, supported by local youth that we trained as green technicians. Today, that promise lives through 800 farming families who now look at the sun and see hope. Through more than 150 newly trained technicians who are empowering their communities. And through more than 30 women-led cooperatives who are now pillars in their villages. Now you know, my grandfather never knew what Miria would become. But every farmer we reach, every life we change is my way of telling him, I kept my promise, Grandpa, and I'm just getting started. Thank you.
Next up, we have Mylène Fifame, who offers professional training courses online across Africa.
I grew up in Benin, West Africa. As a model student, I did everything right and faster than most. Finished high school at 15, graduated at 18, landed a dream job. But traditional education had not prepared me for the world of work. I had followed every rule, but still felt lost, unneeded. I was facing a systematic failure. Yet, I have always believed that everyone carries a star within, something powerful and unique to offer the world. And we all have a duty to let that star shine. Too often in Africa, brilliant people fail, not for lack of talent, but because they never get the opportunity or the tools they need to grow. So I went looking for light, interviewing role models across the continent who had excelled in their careers to learn how they did it. Their stories became my beacon. If they could guide me, maybe they could guide others too. And that's how Irao was born. Irao means star in Yoruba. It's a learning platform where professionals across Africa build the skills they need to perform at a global standards. They learn by doing in a supportive peer community, guided by leaders in their fields. Since launch, IHAO has trained over 25,000 professionals at every stage of their careers. Many have earned promotion, grown businesses, and created wealth in their community. Each of them is now a star lighting the way for others. Because when you let your star shine, you become a light that guides others to their own. Thank you.
Beautiful. And now let's hear from Ruby Riethmuller, who offers well-being education to girls and gender-diverse young people.
Imagine a girl growing up on a farm in Australia. The sky is vast, the land is endless, yet she yearns for a sign that the world has a place for her. I was that girl. With time, I realized that experience wasn't mine alone. It belonged to millions of girls, each wondering if they are enough. That truth became my guiding light, that girls deserve to feel safe to be themselves before they ever learn to doubt it. And that's how Womankind was born, a leading youth mental health organisation supporting girls and gender diverse young people through expert guidance and peer connection. When people ask about our impact, they want numbers. And I'm really proud that we have supported over 50,000 young people across 37 countries. But numbers are just names with the breath taken out of them. When we survey young people, the message is always clear. Most don't ask for more followers or faster algorithms. They ask for love, belonging, and someone to walk beside them. See, listening, as we do at Womankind, reveals the quiet line between numbers and meaning. Success is an app download count, but significance is Olivia, who now uses the Womankind app every single day to learn the things that her mother didn't have time to teach her before she lost her battle with cancer. Success is a subscription rate, but significance is a stranger at an airport whispering through tears, "My daughter wouldn't have survived school without Womankind." My guiding light is a future where every single girl can move through the world with a deep, steady certainty that says you are enough. Because the most powerful things in this life cannot be counted, they can only be felt.
Thank you. Thank you all three. How wonderful. Amazing. How incredibly special to hear about the people and moments that inspire you every single day. Let's now hear from the other fellows in these categories as they reflect on the journey so far and what lies ahead.
We are a new generation of women paving the way for people.
Because a win for one, that's a win for all.
Women and mothers are the cornerstone of communities and the world. We've created science-backed compression wear for women's health, ranging across symptoms for pregnancy, postpartum, incontinence, and prolapse. I want women to put themselves first and find that thing that really lights them up.
We launched a descriptive African brand of healthy cakes made with local flour like cassava. I want kids to grow up with African pride. The world will be better if each human can be proud of their heritage.
Farmers are the backbone to a country. By digitizing the industry, we've helped farmers move their stock, and we connect it with the buyer. The more we're supporting them, the more we're tackling food waste and we're tackling climate change.
We are dedicated to restoring degraded marine ecosystems through nature-based solutions. Our 3D printed reef tiles are made of terracotta clay, very conducive to coral growth. We want to give a voice to the ocean. We can still make a change.
We decided to build a tool that gives people the ability to manage their finances, from budgeting to loans. People have started a business. People have been able to buy a piece of land and do wonderful things.
I want to show the next generation of entrepreneurs this is possible.
We manufacture diagnostic kits that are efficient, affordable, and can be used in places where electricity is not available. There are a lot of brilliant African scientists. If we demonstrate that in Africa we can make a scientific solution work, we can also deliver the idea that your geographical location does not define your worth.
The light comes from seeing the impact of the stories.
Every single day is an opportunity to change the life of people.
An opportunity to take action. One action will trickle down into many more actions beyond our imagination.
Right, it's trophy time for these categories. Please welcome back on stage Amal, Cyrille, and Yanina. So the first category that we will start with is Middle East and North Africa. Fellows in this category are restoring marine ecosystems, developing disease diagnosis kits, and using solar energy for irrigation. In third place, Vriko Yu from Archirif. Second place goes to Nidal Tafa from Myria. And first place goes to Salma Tamam from Remidi. Many congratulations to all three of you. Next up, Francophone Sub-Saharan Africa. We have fellows here helping people manage their finances, eat healthy snacks, and take part in online career advancement programs. And in third place, we have Alice Nde from Nkiwa. Second place goes to Adeline Pelage from Biscuiterie Bilbo. And in first place, we have Mylène Fifame from Irawo. Many congratulations to all three of you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mylène. And now our last category, Oceania. Fellows in this category are providing gender-inclusive well-being services, women's wear for pelvic health, and a digital marketplace for fresh produce. In third place, Ruby Riethmuller from Womankind. In second place, we have Rosie Dumbrell from Everform Therapy Wear. And first place goes to Alexandra Canizaro from Platform Zero. Many congratulations to you all. And on this 20th anniversary, can we just all say a small but important thank you to the members of the press who help shine a light on women impact entrepreneurs and make sure that the rest of us are paying attention. So thank you to all of the people from the press very much. Amal, please, if you would stay with me. I would like you to have the stage to yourself. We have seen her a few times tonight, but we have not heard from her yet. Please welcome Amal Clooney.
Good evening, everyone. Sawadika. And it's such a pleasure to be here with all of you in Bangkok, a city I love but have not been to for many years. It's been wonderful to be surrounded by the brilliant and warm people of Thailand over the last few days. I'm also really happy to be here in support of the 20th anniversary of a brilliant program I am so proud to support, which is the Cartier Women's Initiative. And just to share with you a few thoughts that I've been having over the last week or so. First of all, what an extraordinary time to be alive. We turn on the news every day and just are reading about monumental challenges in the world. Challenges that many people in this room are seeing not only on their screens, but have experienced firsthand. War, girls oppressed or abused, the silencing of dissent, and a growing unease about what unbridled AI may do. But great challenges also create great opportunities. The human experience has taught us that much. History doesn't move in a straight line. We can take 2 steps forward and 1 step back, sometimes more steps back than that. And yet, how fortunate are we to be alive at this moment, and in this room, not just to witness it, because the people gathered here are doing more than watch history unfold. They are moving the needle towards progress. They are bending that arc of history towards justice. Last week, I was at Oxford teaching young lawyers and future leaders close in age to the women we are honoring here tonight. And it made me reflect on what I have learned since I sat where they sit. And I emerged with 3 pieces of advice. The first is, don't be afraid to be the first. In my career, I've often been told, this has never been done before, as a reason not to do something. But it seems to me to be the best possible reason to do it. The status quo is a starting point, not the end point. So I believe we should not feel bound by what others have done before, nor what others expect of us. I strongly believe it's a recipe for unhappiness to measure your success or your self-worth by reference to what others do or what others think of you. And walking through Oxford this past week, this truth really resonated with me, because I graduated from there 25 years ago. And when I now, don't do the calculations about my age. It was a long time ago. Time to learn some lessons. And when I now think about the peers, my fellow students, who has gone on to lead the happiest, most interesting and consequential lives, it's not the students who collected straight A's. It's the ones who had grit, who were curious, and who measured themselves not against others, but against the goals they had set for themselves. Individuals who didn't wait for a path to be created for them to follow, but who, as the poet Robert Frost put it, took the road less traveled. The second lesson I've learnt is to remember to be grateful. I've always loved the saying that you can live life either as if everything is a miracle or as if nothing is a miracle. Every morning when my husband opens the window and we see our favorite tree, we say out loud how lucky we are to be exactly where we are. And when our children come running in healthy and smiling, we would be crazy not to register how blessed we are. Our favorite toast when we have dinner with family and friends recognizes the millions of things that had to happen in every person's life to bring us together around that table in that moment. So I remember to be grateful. And finally, be courageous. I've realized that the most consequential of human qualities is courage. That the most admirable people are those who don't just say they stand for certain values, but those who stand up for them, even when that has a cost. And in my work as a lawyer, I have had the privilege of representing clients who insist on telling the truth, even when the cost becomes enormous. I've stood beside women who've survived terrible violence at the hands of armies or militias or terror groups, and who summoned the strength to face their tormentors in a court of law because they didn't want what happened to them to ever happen to another girl. They taught me that heroes are not born that way. They are ordinary people who find the courage to do the right thing at the right moment. Which brings me to the extraordinary women we are here to celebrate tonight. In this room are 30 young entrepreneurs we've just seen from 20 different countries who've already grasped the lessons that it took me far longer to learn. They are not waiting, they are already driving change. They are building businesses that advance women's health, that help women win financial independence and step into leadership. Around the world, they are turning waste into glass. They're reimagining skincare so it's sustainable. They're reinventing refrigeration to run on a fraction of the energy. They're designing learning games for children, training youth for the modern workforce, and opening the door to work for immigrants. And as we heard tonight, and this is a feature of this year compared to previous years, we're hearing a lot about how they're also putting AI to noble use, screening retinas to catch disease before it turns to blindness, building diagnostic tests for women, and giving parents trustworthy pediatric guidance around the clock. I'll be using that, thank you. And they're doing something more. As I've seen with the program we have at the Clooney Foundation for Justice for Young Lawyers, they're also forming a sisterhood, a community of women who will support, celebrate, and propel each other's success. And that's really beautiful to see. 20 years ago, the Cartier Women's Initiative began with a handful of women and a stubborn conviction that talent is everywhere, even when opportunity is not. Tonight, it celebrates a community that spans more than 360 women from 67 countries, showing what that conviction can build. The theme of this anniversary is women lighting the path, and I can think of no better description of what these 30 women are doing than exactly that. They took the road less traveled, and in doing so, they light that road for every girl who will follow. They are the living embodiment of the learnings I've conveyed tonight. Be the first, be grateful, and be courageous. I'm so proud to honor them this evening, and I know you are too. So please stand with me and join me in congratulating the 2026 Cartier Women's Initiative Fellows. Kob Kun Ka. Thank you. Congratulations.
Wow, thank you to the Bangkok Dance Academy. Fantastic. That was a piece titled Radiant Passage, inspired by traditional Thai flame motifs. It was choreographed by Lord Phi to a piece of music specially composed for tonight's ceremony. The light passing between bodies celebrates the momentum created when women lead change. What a beautiful reminder that progress is rarely a solo act. When we move together, we go further and shine brighter. Before we close, you may have sensed a quiet shift in the room this evening, a kind of light building gradually, almost imperceptibly, much like the ideas and connections that we've shared. So as we come to the end of this evening, the invitation is a really simple one: to carry that light forward, to turn inspiration into action and connection into continuity, because moments like this are not an ending, but a beginning. And speaking of beginnings, if you are a woman entrepreneur or you know a woman entrepreneur, the call for applications for the Cartier Women's Initiative is open until the 16th of June, and our awards ceremony next year, I can tell you, will be in Amsterdam, and nothing would make me happier than to see more of you up on this stage. Thank you so much for coming, and enjoy your evening.